and welcome to Kapowski Reads, and it's Saturday. I have a social engagement that I'm getting ready to go to. I am going to meet my friends for our annual Christmas craft club meetup. We have been in, well, the craft club started in 2013, but I joined it in 2014. So I think maybe I can be an honorary OG member. Every year we meet up and we do a decoration swap where we make little decorations using our stash. The whole purpose is kind of along the lines of the low spend year, in that we don't go and buy crafting materials to make for our friends. We're like, we're going to use what we have. And I have 2 decorations to bring this year, both of which I've packed up so that I can take in with me. I will pop a picture up in a corner so that you can see them. I have last year's decoration because I was sick, which is a little tiny knitted scarf, which I used cocktail sticks to knit, and it was the most fun project. And this year's offering is a crocheted nyan cat, which if you're younger than I am, I don't know how popular nyan cat was outside of a very specific moment in time. It's kind of like a little cartoon cat that looks like a Pop-Tart and it rides on a rainbow. It felt appropriate. So I've made one of those and they're all packed up and I'm almost ready to go out. I'm gonna have to put on a jumper because this dress is cute, but it's not cozy and there's a storm right now. Hence my hair is up. And I have, I don't know how easily that gets picked up. I have little Christmas sharks on my hair ribbons. My friend gave me this ribbon in a gift last year, so I thought I will wear it this year. And I have the festive earrings, which are just a little subtle number, just a tiny little tree for whimsy. Oh, and and one of my favorite festive pins. I have another one like this. I may have 2. I don't know where they are, but I know where this one is. So yes, plan is we are going to go out. We're going to go to Second Home, which is like possibly my favorite place for brunch/lunch right now. I already know what I'm getting. I've known since we were talking about the potential of going to a cafe. I'm getting gingerbread French toast. It's happening. I'm so excited. I'm getting a pink latte because it just tastes like love and I'm excited. I also got some post today. I am not sort of limiting myself when it comes to food, because if you limit yourself, if I limit myself in any way, bad brain gremlins happen. So there will be no like rigid rules. I treated myself to a little box of Christmas chocolates these are vegan, so dairy free. I can't eat cow's milk, so I can enjoy festive chocolates without getting really ill. And it's got my name on it. I love anything that has my name on it because my name's kind of unusual and it doesn't get to go on a lot of things. So when I see something with my name, I'm like, yay, even though it's personalized and I got to pick, like I typed it in, I chose to have my own name on it. And I'm so excited. And it's got like a little hole in it, which I don't know why. It pleases me just a great deal. But it's like vegan quality streets. And I'm just so excited. Like I don't even know. I have flavors. So we've got coffee truffle, orange and almond, cookies and cream, hello lavender and chamomile, hazelnut praline, honeycomb, caramel, cherry cream, yes, and coconut. I'm excited. I bought this with my own money as a Christmas treat to myself, and I didn't put the thing back in there because I always like to get myself a little something at Christmas to sort of say, yeah, you've finished your Christmas shopping, here's a treat for you. And I went with a consumable. Chocolates! These will hopefully last me through to next year as well, but I make no promises. I'm excited. But yes, I'm going to go find a jumper, then I'm going to go into town, I'm going to pop on some lip gloss. Going to go into town, see my friends, have gorgeous food, have a gorgeous chat. I'm so excited. This is like the social highlight of my calendar. I will be back with an update. I haven't even told you what I'm reading. I don't remember the title. There's a title of it. I'll be back. We'll do all that in a bit. My offerings this year. This is from last year. A little scarf, which I knitted on chopsticks. No, on cocktail sticks. And a nyan cat. Happy Sunday. I feel like I have achieved today. I have done so much housework. I have changed the bed. I have done 3 loads of laundry. 3. The only piece of clothing, the only piece of fabric in my home that needs laundered is this jumper I'm currently wearing because I dropped toothpaste on it. But we're going with it. It's Sunday. It's Sunday. If you can't have toothpaste on your jumper on a Sunday, when can you? I cleaned out the fridge, by which I mean everything that's out of date, including that 2003 expired jar of miso paste. Gone. All gone. I had a newer jar of miso paste. I just didn't see the tiny one behind it that was just slowly expiring and then being expired. I've disinfected and scrubbed the entire fridge. I went to the post office. I had to send we're doing Jolla Boca flood? I've done that wrong. We're doing the book swap, the Icelandic book swap on Christmas Eve, my friends and I. I sent my friend their secret book and hopefully that will be with them soon, but it was so cold. It was -2 when I left the house and my chin is numb. I'm so cold. I also have this guy woke up with a giant chin spot, so that's fun. But I'm home now and I have my gorgeous little reindeer mug of mulled Ribena, which is just nice, lightly spiced, hot Ribena. I'm very excited about it. I'm also halfway through my book, so I thought I would tell you. I would tell you what I'm actually reading because I didn't tell you anything. I'm reading on my Kindle. I am reading The Xmas Holidays by Zoe Allison, and I'm halfway through this book. I don't want to speak too soon. I'm loving it. And I'm feeling really positive about the last half of this book. And I think this book is sort of the reason why I don't like declaring my favourites until like the end of the year. What if somebody swoops in? What if I get a last minute contender? And this might be one. We have Maya Bashir, who has left the big city and she's going back to her small hometown. You can tell why I like it, right? Her relationship has ended. She has lost her job. Her company has folded and she is going back home feeling like a failure. She's not a failure. Just because something ends doesn't mean you failed, but she feels like a failure. She is from a very academically ambitious family and just feels like she's not succeeding on the path that was laid out for her. So she's gone back home, and on her way home, she stops off at a Christmas party by her friend, and there just so happens to be a butler in the buff, which was I remember when I worked in retail, there were a couple of boys, very few boys worked in the retail shop I worked in, and almost all of them were butlers in the buff in their spare time, which was really weird. Just thinking just how many of them did that. So that would have been like late 2000s. So I don't know. I think this book is set in current day. So maybe that's still a thing, which is naked butlers. I never saw any of them. Thank goodness. I didn't want to see my colleagues just wearing an apron. But anyway, I digress. Maya is at this party and everyone's sort of swooning over this butler in the buff. And who is it? But it is her best friend's twin brother. Oh, who just so happens to be her ex. Like, love. The one that got away. The teenage romance that just never got to reach its heights. The teenage romance that she spent years getting over. And now they're kind of back in each other's lives. And he is a manager at a ski resort where she has started working. And I kind of love a second chance romance when there hasn't been like fault. And I think, I don't know, I've got my feelings about this, and I think this is going to be one of those examples where I think I'm going to love it. I think I'm going to be annoyed, and I think I know who I'm going to be annoyed at. And I'm ready. I'm poised. I'm really loving the character so far. I'm loving that this is giving me so much more than just like a romance, which is fine. But I wanted a romance with like a little bit of bite to it. And I'm getting more than romance so far. Having a good time. I plan to finish this book. Hopefully, maybe I won't finish it today, but I will probably maybe finish it tomorrow. Also, I haven't taken my collar off. I put this on instead of a scarf when I went out, and in my mind it covered the toothpaste, but I've showed you the toothpaste, so now there's no point in me covering the toothpaste, but it's keeping my neck warm, and I'm so cold. I'm gonna just go read, bask in the glory of having a very clean fridge, and yeah, have a very not chilled, I'm cold, I'm gonna be warm, I'm gonna get a hot water bottle. I will be back with an update in a little bit when I've hopefully finished my book. Reading update time, although technically I have to give you an update of my delightful Saturday first, because I forgot to tell you about my trip into town. I have got some B-roll of I made a ceramic this guy. I made a ceramic bauble, and the vision was that I was going for like the night sky, and then it was going to be a planet, and then I went back to the night sky. I love it. It was so much fun. We got to so the cafe that we go to has a crafting menu. We are a craft club. Oh, you know that we crafted. One of my friends made she decorated a cookie that looked like a little Christmas jumper. A friend made a felt decoration. One painted candles, and a bunch of us painted ceramic baubles, which was very much in the spirit of our decoration swap. It was so fun, just so lovely having catch up with my friends. I got a little bit misty eyed on the way there when I realised that it had been 2 years since I had seen one of my friends. Like, I talked to her online, but I hadn't seen her gorgeous face for 2 years, and now I have seen it, and I'm very happy. It was the best. I just love like a low pressure hangout. We were just eating delicious food. But I got home so much later than I thought I was going to get home. So I didn't film when I got back. And then I filmed yesterday's update, and I forgot I hadn't told you about the rest of Saturday. So update delivered. Also, I got post today, which is this. It is a mystery book. My friends and I are doing our book swap. I sent my offering yesterday and this arrived today, and I'm not allowed to open the card because the card will provide a spoiler. So I open the book, then the card, but I can't open it until Christmas Eve. So I'm just looking at it, wondering what on earth it could be. Something that's, I don't know, maybe 150 or so pages long. But what? What could it be? I don't know. I'm intrigued. I also finished my book. I finished the Xmas Holidays. It wasn't quite a 5-star, but it was definitely a 4, maybe like a 4.5. I had the best time with this. I cried in a coffee shop like a fool. I have no shame. Like, this book was a cute holiday romance. But it kind of felt like a lot more than that. Sam, one of the male love interest, was dealing with a lot of issues. He was in a very unhealthy relationship with a very manipulative partner, and the book kind of touched on how that had impacted his life, the effects and the impact that that had had on him. I really liked sort of seeing things from his side because as a reader, I could be like, oh, well, I can totally see the bad things your partner's doing, but he couldn't see it because he was too close. He was also dealing with some demons from his past of just a feeling of not being good enough. He came from a single parent working class background and just kind of had that almost like chip on his shoulder of thinking he's not good enough when he is good enough. And I really kind of liked that because we kind of came from a very similar background, and I could find a little bit of relatability there of like, yeah, as a kid, I had friends whose parents were a bit like, oh no, that's a single parent household and we're doctors, you can't be friends. But yeah. And Maya's father was an immigrant and had sort of instilled in her and her sister the importance of job security, financial security, and she didn't want the career path that he had made for her and sort of had to deal with that feeling of like obligation, but also wanting to make your parents proud, but also wanting to do what you want to do. And I think this book kind of it did tackle a lot of like quite important subjects, and this book felt so Scottish. It is set in Scotland, the author lives in Scotland, the characters were Scottish, but it felt authentic. There were no there were no characters with long red curly hair like Merida from Brave, not a single one. It was a multicultural town. The banter flowed, the dialogue felt very Scottish. There were Scottish insults, loved it. But what I loved the most was the friendship in this book between, not just between Maya and Sam, but between Maya and Liv, who was Sam's twin. But they had a whole gaggle of friends, and the way that they spoke with each other, you could just tell they'd been friends for years and years and years. I adored the way that Maya and Liv spoke to each other as if they were in a Jane Austen novel. It was delightful, and you could really, like, I could see people doing that in real life. It was so cute. I loved this book. I feel like I want so many more books in this sort of world, and I think that's going to happen. I know there's one more book, and it focuses on the sister of Sam and an artist who we get to meet the artist, but he's not in it as much as Liv. So I really want to read the next book in this collection, and I think I know what the book after that's going to be. I'm very excited to continue reading this. I had such a good time. I don't normally like the miscommunication trope. I'm very much one of those use your words. But the miscommunication trope in this book made sense. It makes sense in the context that I bought it, and I wasn't like, why didn't you use your words? Because I know why you didn't use your words. And I really liked it. I felt like the characters didn't seem their age. They were like 28. But I was reading it being like, this feels like this could be like my friend group. But I'm 38. So I feel like maybe we just don't we don't change too much between our late 20s and late 30s maybe, but it definitely felt relatable, and the characters were lovable, and the villain was villainous, but you could see it, and there was a day to be saved, and there was snow, there was smooching, there was a very there were multiple heartwarming scenes. and I feel like there was some healing for the characters. I had a good time with this. Really, really enjoyed it. Highly recommend. And I have had a lovely last few days, but I did only manage to get this book finished. I read some audiobooks, but nothing to write home about. So just this one. Um, Let me know what you've been reading. And if you've read this book, let me know how you got on with it because I would love to know. Thank you so much for watching.